Right, well, welcome to another episode of the Top Flight Show. We're going to look at Newcastle 10K, which was a fantastic event last week. Review of that and then preview of Battersea. And yeah, welcome again, Stacey and Rich. Thank you for coming and joining me.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Where's Cameron?
I mean, I don't even ask anymore. I don't even bother asking. I have no idea where he is. I don't think Cameron knows where he is right now. I heard a rumour that London was mentioned. I don't know what he's doing there.
Train to nowhere. That's all I'm saying. Train to nowhere.
Hopefully we'll see him back soon.
He's probably ended up in Jarrah again.
Yeah, he's probably a Jarrah recording the next episode.
It is Cam.
Yeah, so we had a fantastic event at Newcastle. So it's the second time we've done Newcastle 10K. It was in the Top Flight series last year as a mass participation event.
Put your teeth in, man.
Get them in.
We had
30 seconds in.
Yeah, we had 1,700 last year, and this year we had 2,100. So yeah, fantastic, and
well done to you.
Yeah, well
Best
done.
director.
Cheers.
And it wasn't just that; it was also the amount of spectators as well. Because I finished the commentary here, headed down on the course, and I was blown away with how busy the quayside was. It was amazing to see. It was amazing to see how many spectators there were out on the quayside.
Yeah, it was really good event. So really happy with it. The Top Flight element added something massive. It's a big advert for the event, and we had another really strong turnout. One thing that one annoying thing about the event, the thing that I wish I hadn't done, I managed Bournemouth FC out of the closure to get to St James's Park on time, and then they went and beat Newcastle 4-1. So that's my only regret about the event. I should have just stuck to my guns and locked them in for all day.
Shut them down.
But if they do want to host a Top Flight event next year, finish pitch side, give me a shout. Run through Bournemouth FC 10K.
That was a disappointing result. That was really disappointing result.
Yeah, so that's my fault. I'll not be allowed back in St James's Park now. But yeah, as far as the race is concerned, we had a really strong fight in the men's and the women's race. The conditions were perfect in terms of there was no wind at all, like not a breath of wind, but it was freezing.
It was bloody freezing.
It was indeed.
So cool. I thought it was touch and go. When I woke up and I got in my car, had to de-ice my car, and I'm driving down, looking on the pass, I'm like, that's pretty icy out there. I wonder if this is going to go ahead. But as I drove into centre Newcastle, I was thinking, it's going to be fine. But I spoke to a few people afterwards, both in the Top Flight race and in the mass event for RunThrough, and they were warming up and they're like, I wonder if this is actually going to go ahead. But
there was no issue with the road. Roads are grit and stuff, fine. And it wasn't that cold to put anything at risk. It was just the air was cold, and I remember I spoke to Omar after the event, and he was just like shivering, going, "It was too cold for me today."
He did use it as a bit of an excuse, didn't he?
I mean, it was cold. He said, I think he said
he
did
look
trained.
cold. To be fair, he was shaking away.
He's only a teeny tiny tot.
Only a waif of a man.
Yeah, I think he said he'd been training indoors for the last few weeks. Which British winter.
You don't get that with Geordies. They're still out there in the hot pants, crop tops.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I've seen it. I was down at the track when it was like -3. There was a girl there running around the track with a crop top on.
Fashion. Should see what Rich wears on a Saturday night.
I was just going to say, when you say a girl, why are you talking in third person?
Was not me.
Yeah, yes. It was me. I was diving back in for a quick track session in the hot pants. Gosh.
I wasn't concerned about the ice, but I sent you guys a picture of the road the night before when like the gas board had come and done an emergency road dig, and there's just a massive hole in the middle of the course. And I got in touch with the gas board, obviously, and they came and filled in the hole and re-tarmacked it overnight. So I was never too worried because they told me they were going to come back and re-tarmack it. But yeah, the things behind the scenes that people don't usually see that goes on.
I can imagine you had heart palpitations on Friday night.
Yeah, when I seen it at like 2-3 o'clock on Friday, I was worried. But yeah, by 7 o'clock it was fixed. So I slept easy.
But it was a cracking race, such a battle between Sam and Omar, and I watched the footage back, and it's different watching it live to watching it back, and you can see Sam just sits on his shoulder, and literally just every move he made, he covered his move.
Yeah, I seen that as well, and I was thinking, like, I wonder if Omar's like a little bit annoyed by this because he was deliberately weaving across the road and Sam was just sticking to him like glue. And for me, like, I would have been a bit annoyed if I had someone just sitting on me like that. But it's racing at the end of the day, so all's fair in love and road racing, I guess. But he was.
So basically,
he was on him all the way.
He was. So Omar took the northeast wind head on. Sam tucked in behind him and went for the kick at the end. And my God, what a kick.
Yeah. It was about 800 to go. He put the hammer down, wasn't it?
Yeah. About
I think Cam in the coverage said he reminded him of Tom Lancashire when he ran, and he actually did. So anybody who's old enough to know that, was 40-year-old.
Tom might not be very happy with that.
I'm very slightly older than Tom. We roomed together at like the European juniors and stuff back in the day, the olden days.
But very graceful runner. Sam Gebreselassie, he's very graceful how he runs. He just looks so smooth.
Yeah, Tom Lancashire was a little bit flat-footed, I would say.
Yeah, and another strong sub-30-minute performance from Finn Brodie as well, one of the LD crew.
Solid run.
I was really impressed with Finn. He looked so strong. I did message him afterwards and he said he was fairly happy with the performance, but I was really impressed with Finn. I thought he looked really strong throughout the entire race.
Yeah, it was the strength and depth of the field was better than last year, which is great. It's what we wanted. The times right down the field were stronger, and we just got to keep building on that every top flight race and every season. And leading us into the ladies' side, there was a good battle that I picked up on the cameras early on with Millie McNeesby and Molly Williams, who were pretty close through the first half of the race. It's not always, I know we've mentioned this a few times in the show, but it's not always easy for the bike who's picking up the female live stream to get the ladies coverage early on, because if it's tight and there's lots of runners, they're filming over the shoulder, not looking on the bike and stuff like that. So they've got to wait for it to thin out. So I was on the sort of safety bike, and I was like milling around so I could see what was happening in the race. So they were quite close together for quite a while, and then Millie sort of put her foot down. So she picked up second in the overall series and has started as she means to carry on. And it was really good to see another blast from the past for people who aren't in the northeast, but Charlotte Penfold picking up third place.
I didn't even realise she was racing. She did. I met up with her a few weeks before this race, and she was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about it," but then didn't even think anything of it. Didn't know she had entered, and then I saw the No Shields polyvest, and I was like, "That's Charlotte."
What was Charlotte's maiden name? Moore.
Moore, yeah.
So for those who don't remember, Charlotte ran 159. In the Commonwealth Games at age 17 or 18 in Manchester, all the way back in, what was that, 2002?
Yeah. 2002?
She?
Yeah, I think it was 2002.
Yeah, wow.
2002.
I did not know that.
She was England 800 metre record holder. Yeah, before Keely Hodgkinson took it.
Yeah, so the Commonwealth Games, that was in the City of Manchester Stadium where Man City play now.
Yeah. I remember them Commonwealth.
Yeah, so she ran there as a 17-year-old.
She's a legend. Wow. She's an absolute legend.
Wow.
And so, I don't know how much training she was actually doing. I think she's doing a bit of biking, a bit of cross training, a few runs here and there. But to do a performance like that, it's unbelievable.
What she is doing is coaching a lot of young athletes at No Shields Poly, doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So massive
really
shout out to Charlotte.
So she actually couldn't make the podium, and her dad was there. And he had said that she was coaching some athletes, or giving some support to the athletes that were out there racing. Yeah. And I thought that's a nice touch there.
She has a fantastic group there at No Shields Poly, and a really strong juniors group. And they're building the junior squad up really well at No Shields Poly. And it's not your stereotypical, you're just meeting on a Tuesday and Thursday for a bit of a track session. They do strength and conditioning, they do mobility, they do a ton of different stuff throughout the entire week, and it's properly put together. They've got such a great squad there.
Yeah, I think her son picked up a bronze medal at the Northern Cross Country at the weekend as well.
He did.
Good athletic genes in the family, because another blast from the past, Tom Penfold, he ran 3:47 or 48-ish, somewhere around there.
Another absolute legend.
Back in the day, yeah. He's still chugging around. Go on, Tom.
Man and wife duo. Can we just mention as well, just want to go back to the guys, Sam and Omar, the little
Our
little
bromance.
trip.
Yeah,
that
we
they
need
did.
we need to put pictures up now.
Yeah,
pictures up of the
hopefully we'll put
bromance.
pictures up on the stream. But Omar and Sam had a lovely day out in Newcastle. I don't think, have they been to Newcastle before?
Sam came up and did the Quayside 5K in the summer.
That
And
evening
Omar
race.
and Omar did Jarrow. So yeah, they probably haven't had a day
Yeah.
to spend in Newcastle.
So get this. So they raced at 9:00, and they had a train in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Back down to London, and they went and had a little day out in Newcastle, seeing all of the sights and all of the treats of Newcastle city centre.
Well, good to see that they buried the hatchet after Sam sat on it for the full race.
Yeah, Omar's
obviously not bitter. No, that is nice to see. I did notice them just at the side of the podium having a good bit of crack together and stuff like that. So
I think it's
no surprise, the bromance blossomed.
So
Yeah.
it's not all just about racing.
Exactly,
Results, like,
It's not.
through
forging
bringing people
friendships.
together.
Yeah, I love that. That's what they've done after the race. I think that's that's awesome.
That's cool.
I think I remember like a year ago we mentioned on the podcast as well about like just running in general. The camaraderie around it is different to other sports because it doesn't matter what level you're at. Everybody's had like a similar journey. You've all had to do some sort of training to get there. It's just some people might have been doing it for a lot longer and they might be running at a different pace to you.
Yeah.
But you still get that camaraderie of somebody taking like 2 hours to do a half marathon and somebody taking like an hour. And yeah, there's that, I guess, mutual respect that you've all done something hard together and you can get on nicely.
Absolutely.
Right, so now we'll do a little bit of what would be the series update, but we've only had one event so far, but just so everybody gets an update on how we do the series. It's points for every race, so you get 25 points down to 1 for the top 10, irrespective of your time, so that anybody who's placed first down to 10th picks up points. So the first 10 in Newcastle, men and women, are the top 10 in the leaderboard at the moment. Your best 3 races, best 3 point scores over the whole season contribute to your overall standing and scores, which has got a second, like a parallel prize fund. And you must have run in 3 of the races to trigger the prize money. So, yeah, we've already got people on the leaderboard, and then hopefully we'll pick up some more at Battersea, and then it'll start to form a little bit of a league table after we've done a few races, as I did last year, which segues us straight into Battersea. So it's a new course. I'd mentioned on one of the shows a while ago that Parkrun had been sniffing around Battersea Park for ages, and there was a lot of talk about them wanting to do an event, and there's lots of other organisers in there, so nobody else was really keen, but they've managed to get it approved. So there's a park run on the Saturday morning, and then we're now going late and having to adjust our course. So where you would traditionally, anybody who's ran down there would know that the bandstand area is where most of these events are held. So we're going to be on the track to start and finish the race.
Oh.
And all the event village will now be inside the track, so that's pretty cool. It gives you more space, really. And then the top flight race will start at 10:15, and it will be in an A race, B race format like Newcastle and Jarrow and the Quayside. So the A race will totally happen and finish, and then the mass race starts at 11. So because it's a new course, we're just keeping it top flight only in that A race, but in the future we would like to have the entry standard for that at 40 minutes, so people who are sort of 35, 36, 37, 38 runners get a chance to get in the mix with the faster runners and get pulled around to PBs. But just because it's a new course and that we didn't want to overcomplicate things, we've already got 120, 130 athletes signed up, so yeah, we'll keep it more simple in this one. And yeah, we'll put the course map up now, but it's very flat, fast, long sweeping bends. It's set up for a fast race, and people know Battersea. That's why we've got it in the series 3 times. And yeah, first time we've done it as a 10k. The course record is super strong for us, which is Emil Caress. I mean, I'm saying it's a new course, but it's a venue record. It's a minimal change. It's not enough to say, okay, this deserves a total new course record. So the course records are what we've already got and publicised.
Right.
But yeah, let's have a look at the field. We'll have a look at the ladies' field first. So we've got a strong entry of. Looks like we've got towards 20 entries so far on the ladies, which is good. We keep saying we want to boost the entries and boost the quality, and yeah, let's talk us through them.
We've got some good PBs there, some quick PBs. Verity Hopkins straight in at the top spot, quickest in the race, a PB 33 minutes, which was set in 2024 as well. So she's obviously in form. A fifth at Leeds Abbey Dash, and that was where she set a PB. And then 15th at Copenhagen Half Marathon in 72:38. So she's in good shape. No results this year, do we know? Or
I mean, it is early in 2025, so
Yeah.
it's sometimes hard to pick up results.
Yeah.
Although people might have done cross countries, things like that.
Yeah.
But I think another standout for me is another series returner. So shout out the series returners.
Yes.
So Yvie Lock was third in the Battersea Top Flight 5K in the summer, running 16:30. She also won a Battersea RunThrough event in August over 10k, which wasn't a top flight. So yeah, she's a big supporter of the RunThrough events, and 33:07, 16:03 5k. So is the fastest on paper, I believe, at 5k. So it could be a really
knows
strong
Battersea
battle.
Park really well, doesn't she? Competed there a few times last season, like you said.
What club is Yvie Lock from?
Let me
Because
just.
I know
Thames Valley.
Right, okay, Thames
Yeah.
Valley. Yeah, we've got a ton of London-based athletes turning out naturally for Battersea. Belgrave has got one hell of a team here. 1, 2.
Yeah, there was
3,
lots when I went
4.
through the entries from
Yeah.
Belgrave. Yeah, really strong support. I guess the other one we really picked out was Yvie Lock. So, 33:11 PB. And what was the most interesting stat you found out about Yvie Lock?
Yeah, Phoebe, you need to give us a bit of clarity on this. We were obviously scoping your power of 10, and it said in 2024 you ran an 800 in 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
What's going on there?
Now, I've seen the rest of your power of 10, and you don't strike me as a 4:10 800 metre runner. So, Phoebe, if you're out there and you're watching, just drop us a message and let us know what the crack was with that
what
4:10
happened?
800.
How can you go from a 4:10 800 to a
And you were-
4:24
and
1500?
she was 8th as well, wasn't she? So
What happened?
yeah, I would hate to see if there was people behind her in it. But yeah, Phoebe, give us a shout out and let us know what the crack was with that 4:10 800, please, because
Yeah, not-
I'm intrigued.
We're
Not ran
bamboozled.
to form. So yeah, of the three ladies who we've just picked out there, the PB spread, which PBs aren't everything, but yeah, they're spread by 11 seconds
Yeah,
over
it's
10k.
tight at the top
so
end,
it's going to
that.
be tight.
Very
Could be a
tight.
really interesting race. And then a good bunch behind. And then some of the leading entries that we've picked out on the men's side. Do you want to kick us off, Rich?
Where do you start? I'll tell you what, I think we'll do a quick touch on a returner, because we like a returner. Winner of Newcastle, Sam Gebreselassie, Belgrave Harrier. He's won at Battersea Park last year as well, didn't he?
He won the first 5k.
He
there,
did, yeah. So again, as you'd expect, London-based athletes, they'll know Battersea Park inside out. So yeah, I think, shout out to Sam Gebreselassie, 29:43 in Newcastle, in form, confidence riding high as well, knows Battersea Park. So he's a good shout. He's a one to watch out for. But he's got some stiff competition at that top end with Cameron Allen.
So there's another one
Big
who
name.
knows Battersea well, and another one who's won at Newcastle. So won at Newcastle last year.
Yeah.
Won Friday night under the lights 5 mile. Second in the Friday night under the lights 5 mile. Has recently moved to London to teach, so he's not northeast based anymore. As 28:37 over 10k on the track on paper. So Cameron Allen is a top class athlete. We did pick him for. I think I picked him or somebody picked him for the shout for Ribble Valley, but he just had a bit of an off day. So, hopefully Cameron can pull one out the bag.
Yeah.
Who's Cam's coach?
Good question. Not sure.
Wonder how that's set up. If he's out an athlete but he's moved out to London, is it a remote coaching or has he changed coaches? I'd love to understand what Cameron's doing about his setup down there.
Yeah, I guess he must have changed a lot once he's gone down there, but he had spent a lot of time in America where he'd run his PBs as well. So, I don't know who's actually advising him.
He's got a good range, Cam Allen.
Very, very good range.
Yeah.
He won our 1500 at Jarrow
He
in the
did,
summer.
yeah, and he won it in in a striking fashion, I would say. He took it on at the bell and just blitzed away. So, yeah, he's one to watch out for. A bit of a kicker. Charlie Breesley, 28.57, man.
Yeah, man in form. So third at our race at Fulham, second at the Abbey Dash, fifth in Telford. So he's basically in form. Yeah. He's knocking on the door of 29 minutes every time he's running at the moment. He's obviously going to be full of confidence. So I think he will take some beating. Yeah. And
there was someone that you'd mentioned though that dropped in a little bit of a late entry.
Yeah, late entry from Owen Hind, who was going very well like a few years ago and ran 29.11. And as I followed on Instagram that he's making a bit of a comeback. How long have you got to be away before you make a comeback? I guess that's another discussion. But it's good to see that he's back running and entering and is another class athlete who could get stuck in. And as we've said many times with these really good athletes with strong pedigree, you don't know which race it is going to be that they return fully to form. And it could be this.
Yeah, absolutely. Has he alluded to what type of shape he's in?
No, but I also don't like asking too much of them questions either, because you don't want to pin people down too much. Boy. Yeah, and also Josh Grace. Mm-hmm. So is another man in form. So 29.02 in Valencia. So just outside of his PB, which is just under 29.
Close.
Yeah, but also 6th in Fulham, 14th at Telford. So he's in form, and he's another. Yeah, he got some big hitters there,
like 3 sub-29s, and then a whole host sub-30s. Like that's some field.
Exactly, it's going to be a really good race. There's other athletes down the list who we haven't mentioned who have got really quick. There's some 150, 800 meter guys in there, some 350, 1500 meter runners who you're never quite sure how they'll convert to the 10k. Yeah. But we'll pick them out more in the commentary.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, and on the note of commentary, it's going to be live on the YouTube channel.
Yep, on Saturday morning the 15th, so I think 10:15, and what we're going to try and do this time is go live a little bit earlier.
Absolutely.
And it is more difficult than people probably imagine, but we're going to try and do like a Martin Brundle style pit lane. This was Stacey's idea, so go on then.
Yeah, so we want to try and do things a little bit differently here at Top Flight, not just give you the general coverage on the races, but kind of give a little bit of a build up towards the race, the start of the race, see what's happening in the warm-up area. So hopefully we will get a camera and a mic down there and get in front of some of the athletes and just pick their brains a little bit, have a bit crack with them, have a bit fun, I think. Keep it very, very light-hearted. Don't worry, you're not going to be interrogated. But we might ask you some weird and wonderful questions.
Yeah, I think we don't want to scare anybody away. Definitely don't want to ask questions like, what time are you going to run? Are you going to win today?
No,
like them,
not be anything like that, no.
Well,
be something like, what did you have for your tea last night? What's your favourite chocolate?
Yeah, well, what's your 2 favourite pre-race drills? Something that, people who are engaging in the Top Flight series.
I'd rather know about their tea, to
well,
be honest.
you probably would.
Do you like rice?
You know what? People can send. Why don't we ask people to send in questions and sack that other idea we had and for a competition?
Well, why don't we do that for the competition?
Competition now,
right?
Tell us your best question that you want to ask somebody on the start line, but not directly about their performance. You don't want to put them off. Yeah. So, what do you want to ask an athlete on the start line in the pit lane? Best question we'll ask, and you can have a Top Flight T-shirt and a free entry.
Yes.
Any run-through race.
Love that. I'm gonna enter. Of that. And how can they contact us? They can DM, email?
Comment on the YouTube video that you're watching now.
Nice, like it. Comment below, and winner gets race entry and a free T-shirt.
Yeah, and we'll announce it on the live stream.
Perfect.
Because we need the question for the live stream.
Yeah,
so
we
there
do.
you are. First time we've done this, seamless.
Yeah,
it's as if it was planned.
Yeah, made it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Right, okay, going on predictions then. What do you reckon? I'm going to go for men's Charlie Breesley. He's a standout for me.
I think it's a really good shout. I think third time's a charm, and I might have shouted for Cameron Allen more than 3 times now, but I'm going to go there again. Come on, Cameron. He's been a great servant for Top Flight, and come on, Cameron, let's pull it out for the Northeast on London turf.
Well, I just don't want to tag on with either of you two, so I'm going to go Joshua Grace.
Yeah, again, another great shout.
I mean, the thing is,
Valencia.
it's so tight. It's really hard to call, isn't it? But that Valencia run 29:02, yeah.
So we've gone 3 separate ways then. I think we're probably going to end up doing the same on the women's, even if we...
I tell you, I wouldn't be picking over 800.
Please let us know what
Right,
happened
if it's a
there.
sprint finish, I'm not picking Verity Hopkins. I feel like she's going to prove us wrong, so I'm going to go Verity Hopkins, Tonbridge. 5th in Abbey Dash means that she's been in really good shape. So yeah, I'll go for Verity, but I'm not relying on a sprint finish.
You go.
I'll go Yvie Lock.
Third in top flight, I guess, fastest 5K. So good shout.
Looks like I'm going. Looks like I'm going with the kicker. I'm going to go Phoebe Law. Yeah, I mean, again, I've said it for the other 3. It's so close. It's it's a blanket finish, but yeah, that's why I was on Phoebe's power 10 anyway, just to scope the quality of her, and I think she could do it. So yeah, I'm going Phoebe Law. And
hopefully we're getting you best dressed. There's no Jonathan Escalante Phillips in the field at the moment, so that category is open for the taking. Right, well, yeah, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the live stream. And yeah, until next time.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Chrissy.
Also check out our new podcast, Top Flight Unfiltered.
Yes.
Watch this space.
Juice.